Yes, good morning, everyone. Just a minute. Uday, I already uploaded notes. Okay, one thing maybe you did notice, I have changed the website link where I'm uploading currently. I have changed that link. Okay, so I'll tell you in the last of the lecture. So you go from LMS only. From LMS, you go through that link, lecture recordings of Isha Diman. There you will find a new website. So there I'm uploading the lecture notes in Google Drive. Actually, the previous version, there was some problem in uploading. So that's why I've shifted to new one. So there you will find. I have uploaded all the notes and the lectures. I'll send you the link of that new web page in WhatsApp group. Okay, so let's begin with this. So we were doing a question. We have already completed it. So what was the question? That we are given a set and we have to prove it is a basis. So what are the conditions for a set to be a basis? It should be linearly independent. I hope everybody understands now how to check whether a given set is linearly independent or not. So you have to take the linear combination of all the elements of that set and put that equal to 0 and then solve. So if the only possible solution of the scalars which you have used is 0, 0, 0, then the set is linearly independent. But if you are able to find at least one non-zero combination of alpha, beta, gamma, so then it will be linearly dependent. And the second condition for the set to be a basis is it should span the whole space, whole vector space. That means every element of the vector space should be able to express as the linear combination of the elements of the basis. So elements of basis in this question were 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, and 0, 0, 1. So any general element of R3, how does a general element look like? XYZ, where XYZ belongs to R. And I showed here that you try to express it as a linear combination of basis elements and you will get this, and from here you try to find alpha, beta, gamma in terms of x, y, z, and if you are able to find, that means yes, you are getting the answer, means it is spanning. If you will not able to get, then you will be saying it is not spanning. So let me give you one more example for the spanning, and then I will give you some easy way out for the same. So let me just give you that example. With that, it will be more clear. Okay, firstly, because one of you asked that question yesterday, that in some cases when it is not going to be a span, because linearly independent condition is, I think everybody is clear with. So spanning condition is, so say the take the same example R3, right? This is your vector space, and if I give you a set S, say 1, 0, 0 and 0, 1, 0, it contains two elements. There can be any other also, but I'm giving you this set, and now I'm trying to see whether these are linearly independent or this spans the R3. So here you will check this condition will be satisfied. If you check linearly independent, there are only two elements, so it's very easy to see alpha times this, beta times this. If you put that equal to 0, so you will get alpha comma beta comma 0 is 0, 0, 0. You will get alpha 0, beta 0. So it's very easy to see that this set is going to be Li. But what about spanning? So if you try spanning exactly in a similar way as we did in the previous question, so you take a general element of R3, which is looking like XYZ. So XYZ should be able to write as a linear combination of the elements of the basis. So there are two sets, which are two elements of the set S, which is given to us 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. So now what will happen? alpha 0 0 plus beta 0 beta 0, and if I add them, what do I get? Alpha beta 0. So this gives me what? So this gives me alpha is x, beta is y, right? So that means alpha beta have been found in terms of x and y. But if you compare the third coordinate, what is the problem there? You are getting z is equal to 0. So that means only the points in which third coordinate is 0, only those points are able to express as linear combination, because there is no way to generate the third point. Okay, z is always turning out to be 0. What does that mean? That if you give me a point, say 2 comma 3 comma 0, then I can write it as a linear combination of these two elements. How? It will be 2 times 1 0 0 plus 3 times 0 1 0, right? No problem, you can check the calculation on the right hand side, it will be same as left hand side. And similarly, you give me any other point, minus 4 24 comma 0, you give me any point in which the third coordinate is 0, I am always able to do that, right? But if I give you a point 1 comma 2 comma 3, there is no way you can write this point as a linear combination of 100 and 010, because the third coordinate of both 100 and 010 is 0. So if you multiply with any scalar, it is going to remain 0, and 0 added to 0 is going to give you 0 only. So there is no way a non-zero number on the third coordinate is being produced in this way. So that means this is not spanning set. S is not spanning whole V3, because in V3 there are infinitely many points of this kind which are not able to be expressed as X. So that's why this is not spanning. So this is an example of a set which is not spanning you, because you are able to find a point which is not able to express. Okay, so this was one example in which it was coming out to be spanning, a previous example, but in which this is not spanning. So what I will say, this S is not a basis of V3. Yes, is it clear now? Ishan, I think yesterday you asked this question. Right. So let me just do quickly one more question for it, and then what will happen? Then I will give you a easier technique, because with that example, we will figure out that this spanning condition is a little bit relatively tougher to check. So far, it has been not that tough because these examples were very simple, but in general, it can become tough also. So let me give you a slightly more complicated example for the same, in which we have to check whether the set is a basis or not. So this is the set we are given: 110 101 011. So I'm again taking example of V3 only, okay, but does not mean means you cannot generalize this technique to V2 or V4. It can be generalized to any dimension of vector space. It's just convenient to do it for three tuples problem. Okay, so this set is given. You see the elements are different, and this will also answer a question which was asked yesterday, that whether a basis is unique or not. So you will see this set will also be linearly independent, and this will span the whole vector space. So I'm leaving that to you. You try it yourself, because now I have done so many examples to show how to check it is Li. It will be linearly independent. Okay, you try it yourself and prove it. So I'm just going to show you the spanning case, because that is a little bit difficult. So for spanning, what we want, that a general element should be able to express as a linear combination of the elements of S: 110 101 011. So this is alpha times beta times gamma times. Now you do the calculation on right hand side: alpha alpha 0, beta 0 beta, 0 gamma gamma. So now you add, the first coordinate is alpha plus beta, here it is 0, so it's alpha plus beta. Second coordinate is alpha plus 0 plus gamma. So it is alpha plus gamma. The third coordinate is 0 plus beta plus gamma. So this is beta plus gamma. This is x, y, z. So on comparing, what do you get? Alpha plus beta is x, alpha plus gamma is y, and beta plus gamma is z. So what we are trying to do? We are trying to find the values of alpha, beta, gamma in terms of x, y, z. So you just treat your x, y, z kind of constants here, just like their numbers 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you treat them like that, and you can solve it as a system of equations. So what you will get, I'm directly writing after solving. So you can use any technique. You can first do subtraction of these two. So you will get beta minus gamma is equal to x minus y. Then you have beta plus gamma, and then you use these two equations. You will get value of beta and gamma from there, and then put in any one of them. You will get the value of alpha. So this is what you will be getting. Alpha is x plus y minus z by 2. Beta is x plus z minus y by 2, and gamma is y plus z minus x by 2. So this is what you will get after solving these equations. So that means I have got alpha, beta, gamma in terms of x, y, z. So that means yes, this set is spanning the whole vector space, because unlike the previous question, there has not been any condition that one coordinate has to be 0 or something like that. There is no restriction. Without any problem, these are well defined, right? I whatever x, y, z you give, these alpha, beta, gamma can be computed. So this is spanning, and hence this is a basis set of V3. Okay, so in this example, it was little calculation was required, but still we got the answer. So this shows, these example shows that the basis is not unique. So few remarks which we would make here, that basis of vector space is not unique, because now for the same vector space V3 we have seen two bases. One of them was 1 0 0, 0 1 0, 0 0 1, and the other one was this which we just proved, right? So this basis is known as the standard basis or usual basis, because there can be infinitely many sets which act as bases, so it's not possible for us to remember all the basis elements. Nobody can remember that. It's just one particular set at least we can remember, because it's easy, right? It's 1 0 0, 0 1 0, 0 0 1. So it's one is present exactly at one position, and rest all the tuples are 0. Okay, so this is going to be obviously a basis of R3. And similarly, basis of R2. Basis of R2 is going to be 1 0 and 0 1. It is going to contain two elements. And if you ask me basis of Rn, n dimensional space, so it is 1 0 0 0 0, 0 1, and so on, 0 0 0 1. So these are all n tuples. So the basis consists of n elements, basis of Rn. So these are standard bases which you can remember for these vector spaces. Okay, so now still we are in the same kind of question. We need to solve that problem, that if you want to check whether a given set is basis, then Li condition is fine, but we need to do something for the spanning condition, because that way it is becoming difficult for us. So for that we need to know certain results. These are all theorems. We are not going to do proofs of them, but we need to use them in questions. So remember these results. So the first result is, if vector space has a basis of n elements, then every set in V means I'm denoting vector space, every set in V with more than n elements is linearly dependent. Okay, So this is a very important result. It will help you in many ways. So you see, if you know that how many elements are there in the basis, so that means the number of linearly independent elements is n. So any set, any other set which will contain more than n elements is going to be linearly dependent. Okay, I will give you examples of all these results, but first let me state the result. Then I'll give you example to make it more clear. Okay, second result is if basis of a vector space V has n elements, then every basis, its every basis has n elements. So what we are trying to say, that the number of elements in a basis of a vector space is fixed. Although basis elements can differ, but their number is fixed. To show you an example of this, let's consider this only, which we just did. The first basis was this one, this set which we proved, 100010001. How many elements were there? 3 elements. Okay, and we proved that this is a basis. And similarly, this example which we just recently finished, how many elements are there? It also contain 3 elements, and this also we have proved basis. The elements are different. If you notice carefully, the elements are different. There the elements were 100010001. Here they are different. So elements may differ, but the number is going to be same. So this is what this result is telling us. Now if the number is same, that means basis, whatever basis is, its number of elements is going to be unique. Now that unique number of elements is known as dimension of the vector space. So we have a definition here, dimension of vector space. The number of elements in basis of a vector space V is called dimension of V, right? For example, R3 is three-dimensional. Now you will understand the meaning why we call it three-dimensional space. We call it R2 is a two-dimensional plane, R3 is a three-dimensional plane. So we already have the geometrical concept of the word dimension. There are three dimensions, X, Y, and Z. So here it is defined from a different context. From basis, you find the number of elements in the basis, and that element, that number is called the dimension. So it's obviously, if I ask you that how many elements are there in basis of R3, the answer is 3. How many elements are there in the basis of R4? The answer is 4. So this is the simplest example, that this Rn is n-dimensional real space. We call it n-dimensional because its dimension as a vector space is n. So its basis is going to consist n elements. So as I have already shown you, dimension of R2 is 2, dimension of R3 is 3. Okay. So, and let me give you one more example for dimension, because this is for Rn space. We also have another vector space, the polynomials one. So if you consider that vector space Pnx, Pn, so which contains all the polynomials a0 plus a1x plus a2x square, an x raised to power n, where ai's belongs to real. So this we know is a vector space. Its basis consists of, so I'm directly telling you basis of Pn. Later on I will tell you how to check it is a basis, how to prove that part will come later. But now I'm telling you the basis of this vector space is 1 x, x square, x raised to power n. Because this set contains polynomials, so its basis is going to be a subset. This is also going to contain polynomials. So which polynomials it is containing? X raised to power 0, that is a constant term 1, x square, x raised to power n. So this is basis of Pn. How many elements are there? What is the dimension of Pn? Carefully count the elements. N plus 1. Yes, they are n plus 1. So n plus 1. So dimension of the set of polynomials having degree less than equals to n. So degree less than equals to n, I always say, because this leading coefficient can be 0 also. So this dimension of Pn is n plus 1, because you need these n plus 1 elements to express the polynomial in this form. So these are the results, and this is the definition of the word dimension. Now I will give you additional results which will help us to sort out our problem which we are looking for. Okay, so this is a theorem. Basically, again, we are not going to do the proof of it. So this says in a n-dimensional vector space V, any set containing n linearly independent vectors is a basis. So it's a very important result. So for a set to be a basis now, what is the condition? That it should contain n linearly independent vectors. So what is n? N is the dimension of the vector space. So that means if you know the dimension of the vector space for which you are trying to prove a basis or check a basis element, so the first condition is it should contain n elements, because that is what the dimension means. And then the second condition is those should be linearly independent. So that means now we have got rid of that spanning condition. So in other words, if we have a set B which contains n elements in a vector space of dimension n, then if B is linearly independent, then B is the basis, right? So if that set is linearly independent, then it is basis. So that means now the questions will be very easy for the basis. The only thing you will need to check is linearly independence and just count the number of elements. No need to check the spanning condition. So the same example which we just did, if you apply this result to that example, this example which we just finished today, yeah, so this was given to us that check whether this set is a basis or not. So firstly we count the element. Okay, there are three elements, and in which space it is? In V3. So which we already know it's a three-dimensional space, right? So the only you will be checking Li condition. No need to check the spanning condition. So that is the benefit of knowing the dimension of the vector space. So no need to check the spanning condition. And in general, in case you do not know the dimension of a particular vector space, then you have to do by the spanning condition. But I tell you, the kind of questions we are having right now in this course, they are mostly from this Rn space, n-dimensional real space, or they are from that polynomial space. So for the polynomial space also, I have told you the dimension. It is going to be n plus 1, and for Rn also the dimension is n. So you can always apply this result and check the set is basis or not. Okay, so the only three you need to check the Li conditions. So let me give you an example, but I'm giving it to you. You try it yourself. So this is now 112, 125, 534 in V3. So this is three elements given as you can see in three-dimensional space. So to check whether B is basis or not, it is sufficient to check B is Li. So if the elements are linearly independent, then yes, it is basis, otherwise not. So the answer I am telling you is it is LD implies not a basis. So वो LD चेक करने के लिए आपको वैसे ही तरीका तो आपको पता ही है LD कैसे चेक करोगे. So you take their linear combinations alpha 1 1 2, beta 1 2 5, gamma 5 3 4, put that equal to 0 0 0, and from here you will get the system of equations. Alpha plus beta plus 5 gamma is 0, alpha plus 2 beta plus 3 gamma is 0, 2 alpha plus 5 beta plus 4 gamma is 0. So you solve this system of equations, you will get a non-zero solutions here. In fact, here also you will get infinitely many solutions in this case also, because we know for homogeneous system either there is just the zero solution existing or there are infinitely many solutions existing. Okay, so you try that yourself, you will get the solution from here. Okay, so let's do one more example because we have now done all the examples for R3 kind. Let's just move to another example. Okay, before moving you another example, let me ask a question. So that's also kind of an example. So if I give you this set 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. Can this set be a basis of R4? Can this set be a basis of R4? No. Why? Give the reason. The answer is no, but you need to give me the reason. Yes. Can anybody explain? Yeah, n plus 1 elements, because these are the results which we are going to use here. All these results. For doing this question, we just used this result, okay? But what about these results? From these results also some questions can be made. You look at the first point, that if you have a vector space which is whose basis is having n elements, that means dimension of that vector space is n, then any set with more than n elements is always going to be linearly dependent. Actually इसके लिए वर्डिंग होती है जो हम लीनियर अलजेब्रा में यूज करते हैं, बट आई जस्ट डोंट वांट टू गिव यू दैट टर्मिनोलॉजी. बट वो ये होता है दैट बेसिस इज मैक्सिमल एलआई सेट. सबसे बड़ा लीनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट सेट बेसिस होता है. अगर बेसिस में 3 एलिमेंट्स हैं तो उस पूरे वेक्टर स्पेस में कोई भी सेट बना लो जिसमें आप 3 से एक भी एक्स्ट्रा एलिमेंट डालोगे, बिना चेक किए यू कैन राइट इट इज लीनियरली डिपेंडेंट. ये आप चेक करके देख लो, चाहे वो एलडी ही आएगा. ओके, तो मैक्सिमल का मतलब सबसे बड़ा लीनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट सेट बेसिस होता है. उससे छोटा सेट एलआई हो सकता है, राइट? कम एलिमेंट्स वाले के ऊपर कोई कमेंट नहीं है, बड़े के लिए है. So this result we used in answering this one, that yes, this cannot be a basis. This set cannot be a basis of R4 because S is linearly dependent. And why that is linearly dependent? Because S contains 5 elements. You just count 1 2 3 4 5. I just wrote randomly. मैंने कुछ भी एग्जाम्पल नहीं देखा है, खुद ही क्रिएट किया है, बिकॉज दिस इज importance of that result, that it can give you this much convincing result. It contains 5 elements and dimension of R4 is 4. Yes, Ishan.
मैम मतलब अगर इधर R4 की जगह सपोज R6 होता तो ये लीनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट होता फर्स्ट
नहीं नहीं
रिजल्ट।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, उल्टा नहीं है ना रिजल्ट, इफ एंड ओनली इफ नहीं है, फिर आपको चेक करना पड़ेगा एल आई है कि नहीं है। ठीक है,
ठीक है ठीक
ज्यादा
है।
के लिए है, मतलब आप R4 में 5 एलिमेंट्स दे दूं, R4 में 6 एलिमेंट्स दे दूं, या R3 में मैं आपको 5 एलिमेंट्स दे दूं, तो डायमेंशन से बड़े के लिए आप एल डी इम्प्लाई कर सकते हो, पर डायमेंशन से छोटा हमेशा एल आई वो नहीं होता, इसका दूसरा मतलब ट्रू नहीं है, इट्स नॉट इफ एंड ओनली।
ओके।
ओके, सो डोंट यूज इट दैट वे, वो बिल्कुल गलत हो जाएगा। यस विदुषी।
आपने इससे ऊपर वाले एग्जांपल के लिए क्या कहा था कि इक्वेशन सॉल्व करेंगे तो?
हाँ, इसको सॉल्व करोगे तो ये मैंने आंसर बता दिया, क्योंकि इसमें भी आपको बेसिस ही चेक करना है। तो बेसिस चेक करने के लिए अब ये एग्जांपल इसलिए दिया है मैंने आपको कि इसमें स्पैनिंग की कंडीशन चेक करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज अभी हमें अपने रिजल्ट से पता है, डायमेंशन वाले रिजल्ट से, कि अगर R3 है और 3 ही एलिमेंट्स गिवन है, तो वो बेसिस हो सकता है, बट हमें एल आई चेक करना पड़ेगा। तो जब हमने इसको चेक किया तो इसका आंसर एल डी आएगा। दैट मीन्स जब आप ये टेक्निक लगाओगे तो यहाँ से इनफाइनाइटली मेनी सॉल्यूशंस आएंगे। इनफाइनाइटली मेनी मीन्स आपको एक नॉन जीरो सॉल्यूशन मिल ही जाएगा, एटलीस्ट वन नॉन जीरो सॉल्यूशन मिल ही जाएगा।
सोल्यूशन नहीं मिलेगा एक वेरिएबल पे, सारे वेरिएबल डिपेंड।
हाँ हाँ, जैसे गामा की टर्म्स में अल्फा भी आ गया, बीटा भी आ गया, ऐसे आ जाएगा। अगर इनका आंसर आए अल्फा बीटा गामा इज इक्वल टू 0, ऑल जीरोस, तब हम एल आई बोलते हैं, अदरवाइज हम एल डी बोलते हैं।
तो मैम मतलब अगर हम वही डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल को 0 ले लें तब तो 0 0 0 भी हो सकता
नहीं,
है।
वही मैंने कल आपको समझाया था कि वो इफ एग्जिस्ट होता है, अगर जीरो सॉल्यूशन ही ओनली सॉल्यूशन है, देन एल आई होगा। मैं आपको इसको मैट्रिक्स के साथ कनेक्ट करके भी बता सकती हूँ, मैंने वो स्किप किया था बिकॉज अगेन दैट्स एडिशनल रिजल्ट फॉर यू टू रिमेम्बर। आप इन सिस्टम्स पे इसकी कोएफिशिएंट मैट्रिक्स लिखो। बट यू डू दिस इज एन ऑप्शनल टेक्निक, अगेन आई एम टेलिंग यू। आपको अगर लगता है कि यू आर कन्विंस्ड, आप यूज कर सकते हो, बट ये सिर्फ ये एल आई एल डी चेक करने के लिए, ये वाले सिस्टम्स के लिए। यू जस्ट राइट द कोएफिशिएंट मैट्रिक्स 1 1 2 1 2 5 5 3 4। बेसिकली ये यही वेक्टर्स होते हैं, यू सी 1 1 2 1 2 5 5 3 4, बट उनको कॉलम्स में लिखना है, रोज में नहीं लिखना, राइट? सो द फर्स्ट वेक्टर इज द फर्स्ट कॉलम, सेकेंड वेक्टर इज द सेकेंड कॉलम, थर्ड वेक्टर इज द थर्ड कॉलम। अब क्योंकि राइट हैंड साइड पे 0 है, तो ये कौन सा सिस्टम है? होमोजीनियस सिस्टम है। अब होमोजीनियस सिस्टम का हमें सबको पता है कि जीरो सॉल्यूशन तो हमेशा होता ही होता है। तो हम कह रहे हैं कि अगर जीरो के अलावा उसका नॉन ट्रिवियल सॉल्यूशन एग्जिस्ट करता है, तब वो लीनियरली डिपेंडेंट हो जाएगा। तो व्हाट यू डू, आप इस मैट्रिक्स के ऊपर रो ऑपरेशंस लगाओ, इसको आरआरएफ में कन्वर्ट करो और इसका रैंक फाइंड करो। अगर तो इसका रैंक लेस देन 3 आ गया, मींस जितने इसका, क्योंकि स्क्वायर मैट्रिक्स के ऊपर लगाएंगे ये टेक्निक, ठीक है, किसी हम उसके ऊपर नहीं लगाएंगे, रेक्टेंगुलर मैट्रिक्स के ऊपर नहीं, स्क्वायर के लिए। अगर उसका रैंक लेस देन इट्स ऑर्डर आ गया, देन इट इज एल आई, अदरवाइज सॉरी, देन इट इज एल डी, अदरवाइज एल आई। एक मिनट मुझे देख लेना दो, रैंक कम आएगा तो डिटर्मिनेंट क्या हो जाएगा? 0, तो एल डी, हाँ हाँ, दिस इज एल डी, अदरवाइज एल आई। अदरवाइज सीधा डिटर्मिनेंट से भी कर सकते हो, मतलब वही आपको जितने इतने रिजल्ट याद रखने पड़ेंगे, इसका कनेक्शन है। अगर इस मैट्रिक्स का डिटर्मिनेंट 0 आ गया, तब लीनियरली डिपेंडेंट। अगर इस मैट्रिक्स का डिटर्मिनेंट नॉन जीरो आ गया, तब लीनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट। अब अगर आप इसको ऐसे सोचते हो कि सिस्टम ऑफ इक्वेशंस को नहीं सॉल्व करना है, देन यू कैन यूज दिस रिजल्ट।
ओके मैम, ठीक है। मतलब हम इसमें से बस ये प्रूव हो गया कि जो एक
हाँ
पे डिपेंड है वेरिएबल, तो इन्फिनिट सोल्यूशन से भी प्रूव हो गया, नहीं तो
हाँ हाँ, नहीं तो अगर आपको कहो तो, बिकॉज ये क्यों आया है डिटर्मिनेंट ए नॉन जीरो, क्योंकि हमें पता है कि अगर डिटर्मिनेंट ए नॉन जीरो होगा तो ए इनवर्स एग्जिस्ट कर जाएगा। तो ए इनवर्स इंटू ए से अगर आप मल्टीप्लाई करते हो दोनों तरफ, तो आपके पास क्या आता है? एक्स जीरो। सो दैट मीन्स अगर ए इनवर्स एग्जिस्ट करता है, तब दिस इज द ओनली सॉल्यूशन. और जब 0 0 0 is the only solution, so that means alpha beta gamma are 0, so that means linearly independent, so
Yes.
that is Li. तो वहां से वो कनेक्ट है. तो आप डायरेक्टली इसको कोएफिशिएंट मैट्रिक्स से करना चाहते हो तो कर सकते हो, बट ये सिर्फ उन क्वेश्चंस में चलेगी टेक्निक जहाँ पे स्क्वायर मैट्रिक्स, अदरवाइज वो बहुत कंफ्यूजन हो जाएगा आपको. तो अगर आप ये याद रख सकते हो, बट उनको एज अ कॉलम वेक्टर लिखना है, ये याद रखना है, रो वेक्टर नहीं. दूसरा तरीका मैंने रैंक से भी बता दिया, मतलब हाउस एवर यू वांट टू डू इट, बट ये सबसे बेसिक वाला जो बाय डेफिनेशन होता है, दैट इज ऑलवेज द मोस्ट कन्वीनियंट वन, कि आप उससे कर लो.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so let's move ahead towards the next example. So dimension of R4 is 4. Yes, Uday, you have a doubt?
मैम इसके अंदर मैम जो मैम अगर सपोज आर n डायमेंशनल वेक्टर स्पेस है तो मैम उसका बेसिस में n से कम एलिमेंट्स भी हो सकते हैं.
नहीं नहीं, डायमेंशन का मतलब ही वही है कि बेसिस के एलिमेंट्स n से कम नहीं हो सकते. मतलब यही क्वेश्चन मैं अगर आपको ऐसे दूं, एक और क्वेश्चन यहाँ से बना दूं, से आपको एक सेट दूं, लेट मी कॉल इट u 1 2 3 4 5 6. Can this be a basis of R3? Then the answer is no, because basis will contain exactly 3 elements, right? So this cannot be a basis of R3 because उसकी dimension हमें पता है, so ये basis नहीं हो सकता है. Li LD is a different thing. Li ये हो सकता है, okay, but number of elements कम है, तो ये basis नहीं होगा. तो ये Li हो जाएगा, but ये span नहीं करेगा, okay, जैसे मैंने आपको पहले एग्जांपल दिया था. Is it fine? So मतलब Rn के लिए सबसे आसान होता है कि अगर तो ज्यादा एलिमेंट दे दिए तब वो इसलिए नहीं बेसिस हो सकता क्योंकि वो एलडी हो जाएगा. अगर कम एलिमेंट्स हैं तब वो इसलिए नहीं बेसिस हो सकता क्योंकि वो स्पैन नहीं करेगा. मतलब अगर आपको रीजन बताना है, अगर सिर्फ बताना है यस और नो, देन द आंसर इन बोथ द केसेस इज नो. इसके लिए भी नो था क्योंकि इसमें ज्यादा एलिमेंट थे डायमेंशन से, इसके लिए भी नो है क्योंकि इसमें कम एलिमेंट है डायमेंशन से, राइट. बट अगर ये क्वेश्चन की वर्डिंग में चेंज कर दूं, कैन एस बी एल आई और कैन यू बी एल आई, तब आपको फिर वो देखना पड़ेगा कि ज्यादा वाला एल डी हो जाता है बट कम वाला एल आई होगा, उसकी कोई गारंटी नहीं है. तो ये हो सकता है एल आई भी हो एल डी भी हो, बट ये बेसिस तो डेफिनेटली नहीं है क्योंकि इसमें 2 एलिमेंट्स हैं. ओके,
इसलिए नहीं होगा क्योंकि इसका स्पैन नहीं एग्जिस्ट करेगा.
स्पैन नहीं करेगा. वही जैसे मैंने आपको स्टार्टिंग में वो ईशान के क्वेश्चन का आंसर करने के लिए आपको जो एग्जांपल दिया था, मैंने इसलिए उसमें 2 ही एलिमेंट्स लिए थे. तो जब भी कम होते हैं एलिमेंट डायमेंशन से तो मोस्टली स्पैनिंग की प्रॉब्लम आती है. हो सकता है एलडी वाला भी कंडीशन ना सेटिस्फाइड हो, बट यूजुअली वो स्पैनिंग वाली कंडीशन पे हम अड़ते हैं. बट वो तब है अगर आपको प्रूव करना है कि ये बेसिस क्यों नहीं है.
इस रीजन से भी कर सकते हैं ना मैम. LI मैम इसकी स्पैन और LI LD की जगह हम ऐसे भी देख सकते हैं मैम कि अगर डायमेंशन 3 है और डायमेंशन की डेफिनेशन ही होती है कि सेट के कितने.
हाँ, वही उसी रीजन से मैं बता रही हूँ. वो उसके यू कैन जस्ट से सिंस डायमेंशन इज 3, सो इट्स बेसिस will contain exactly 3 elements, neither less nor more than that. So
Okay,
that,
ma'am.
yeah, so ये भी बेसिस नहीं हो सकता है.
होमोजेनियस वाली जो इक्वेशन थी मैम वो हम नॉर्मल रेगुलर वे से भी सॉल्व कर सकते हैं जो होमोजेनियस सॉल्व.
आप जैसे भी सॉल्व करो, देखो अभी बहुत सारे तरीके हैं सिस्टम ऑफ इक्वेशंस को सॉल्व करने के. आपको बस मैंने फाइनल वो बता दिया कि एल आई के लिए कंडीशन क्या है, एल डी के लिए क्या है. अगर तो सारे स्केलर 0 आ जाएं और सिर्फ 0 सॉल्यूशन इज द ओनली सॉल्यूशन, तब एल आई. अगर एक भी नॉन जीरो कॉम्बिनेशन मिल गया देन एल डी. अब वो किसी भी तरीके से लेके आओ, आप रैंक से करो, डिटर्मिनेंट से करो, एलिमिनेशन से सॉल्व करो, रो ऑपरेशंस लगा के सॉल्व करो, कैसे भी सॉल्व करो आप.
Okay.
Right, so let me just continue with this. The rest of the doubts I'll take after that question, because ये सब हमने R3, Rn, R4 के examples कर लिए हैं. So the next example is for the polynomial vector space. So this is the set I am given x square minus 1, x plus 1, x minus 1. So I have to check whether this set is a basis of P2 or not. So P2 क्या है? So P2 is a vector space containing all polynomials of degree less than equals to 2. Okay. So this set is given to me. I need to check whether it is a basis or not. So here I will use the dimension result. So I should know what is dimension of P2. So in general, I told you what is dimension of Pn, n plus 1. What is the basis? 1 means this is one of the bases of Pn, 1x x square. This is called the standard basis of Pn. The dimension is n plus 1. So what is dimension of P2? This is going to be 3 because n, it should be n plus 1. So dimension of P2 is 3. So that means first you count the number of elements in your set. So अगर इस सेट में 4 एलिमेंट्स दिए होते, immediately I could have answered this set is not going to be a basis because इसमें तो 4 एलिमेंट्स हैं, उसमें 3 ही होने चाहिए, और 3 से कम होते then also the answer would have been no. So obvious है कि क्वेश्चन आपको ऐसा ही आएगा कि जिसमें 3 ही होंगे. तो जब 3 ही है, नंबर मैच कर गया, देन आपका वो सेट बेसिस हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी. कौन सी कंडीशन चेक करनी पड़ेगी आपको? लीनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट. तो जब नंबर मैच कर जाए आपके एलिमेंट्स का, उसके बाद आपके पास सिर्फ LI चेक करना बचता है और कुछ नहीं. ओके, सो नाउ आई विल चेक वेदर S इज LI और नॉट. तो अगर ये लीनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट हुआ देन ये बेसिस हो जाएगा, अदरवाइज नहीं. सो अगेन फॉर लीनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट, linear combination of the elements of S. Just a moment. Yes, what are the elements? Alpha times x square minus 1, beta times x plus 1, gamma times x minus 1. You put that equals to 0. So that's a 0 polynomial on the right hand side. So 0x square, 0x plus 0. So combining the coefficients, coefficient of x is beta plus gamma and the constant term is minus alpha plus beta minus gamma. And now you compare both sides. So I'll get alpha 0, the coefficient of x square. And then I compare the coefficient of x. Beta plus gamma is 0. And then I'll compare the coefficient of x raised to power 0. That is the constant term. So that means minus alpha plus beta minus gamma is 0. So you solve this, you will get अल्फा तो पहले ही 0 है, तो यहाँ से आ गया बीटा माइनस गामा इज 0. यहाँ से बीटा प्लस गामा 0, यहाँ पे बीटा माइनस गामा 0. So beta is equal to gamma is equal to be 0 ही आ गया है. So all zeros, it implies the set is Li. Therefore the set is a basis. So basis के क्वेश्चन ऐसे ही होंगे. आपको डायमेंशन से मैच करना है. डायमेंशन से ज्यादा एलिमेंट्स हैं तब भी लिख दो कि बेसिस नहीं है. डायमेंशन से कम एलिमेंट्स हैं तब भी लिख दो बेसिस नहीं है. वो एग्जैक्टली सेम एलिमेंट्स हैं तब आप LI चेक करोगे. LI आ गया तो बेसिस है, LI नहीं आया तो बेसिस नहीं है. सो इट्स all summarized in these statements. Okay, so that's all about these kind of questions. So basis and dimension से related और भी क्वेश्चंस हैं, बट दे आर ऑफ डिफरेंट टाइप. उसके लिए कुछ एडिशनल रिजल्ट्स चाहिए हमें. सो दैट आई विल टेक अप इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास. अभी इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट you can ask, although I have tried to cover most of the doubts today, but still if anybody has any doubt then you can ask. I'll share that link where I have uploaded the notes. That's a Google Drive link actually. Okay, so if no questions, then I'll stop share. I'll end this one. I'll see you all tomorrow then.